Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Fitness Education Series, produced by the Australian Fitness Academy. It's like progressive overload for your brain. Tom has invited us today to take over his podcast because it's International Women's Day.
Woo.
So we've got some team here. We've got a team from our administration team. We've got Chelsea. Say hi, Chelsea.
Hello.
And we've got Becc from administration.
Hello.
And then from our student support team, we've got Becc.
Hello.
And I'm Steph from the student support team. So we're here because it's International Women's Day. Our admin, Becc, would like to tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so International Women's Day is tomorrow, the 8th of March. And I guess I want to touch on what that day is. So it's a day for women to feel empowered, to celebrate how far we've come, and to acknowledge that there is still some more work to be done. International Women's Day actually dates back to 1909, which was all the way back in America when the women were rallying for shorter hours, better wages and voting rights. So we may have come a long way since then, but there's definitely still some work to be done.
Always.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who wants to start up?
I don't know. You go, Steph.
Oh, okay. So we wanted just to share either some highlights of our achievements and or our goals of what we'd like to achieve moving forward. Some of you have already heard me on the podcast before. I ran my own business, started in 2001 and closed it in 2023. So had my own business for quite a few years. And in that time, I went through the Australian Business Women's Network to actually network with other like-minded women for how to run businesses, for a support network, and also tips and tricks. But it was really good to be supported by other women in the industry. So it's always wonderful to reach out to those kind of organisations where you feel that support by people who are your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who's next? I'm Becc. Becc from Student Support, I should say, because there's two Becks on here today. So most of you have heard me on the podcast before. You might have heard my little intro on there. I ran my own PT business for 12 years, and I worked specifically with training females. So I have always enjoyed being able to empower females, especially within the gym environment too. Most of the time I was getting women come to the gym for the first time that maybe they didn't feel confident with, I guess, the environment, or sometimes, starting something new. So being able to assist them in feeling comfortable, confident, and then empowered was always something that I enjoyed and still do enjoy today, being able to assist with as well. That's a little bit about me.
Love. Well,
hand it over to Becc.
Yes, one Becc to the other Becc. Yes, I guess I'm a little bit newer to the industry than these gals, but I also have a business that I've started recently back in 2023, a Pilates business down the beach, and it is amazing on a very, very small scale, but it is amazing. And yeah, just from
what's it called?
Ocean Glow Pilates, check it out. Classes every Friday morning. But no, I've found even just being in the fitness industry, I guess, for the last 10 years in many different capacities, going out on your own is so scary, but it is so amazing to see the support. And for me, I guess most of my clients, I would say, would be female as well that come to my classes. It's just getting to meet people from all walks of life. And where I teach, we're down by the beach, on the deck, people will come, you get to know them, the community that's created, and then even just talking to all different people, hearing their stories, that in itself is so inspiring and empowering and makes you want to bring the best you can.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that is, I think, it from me. Over to you, Chelsea.
Well, I'm definitely very new to the fitness industry. I was one of those people that didn't go to school on the sports days. So so I've come a long way since then. But I've just kind of found myself really enjoying what the fitness industry bring to my life in terms of wellness and mental health.
Yeah.
So I did do a bachelor in health science as well, and now I've kind of moved more towards the sporty training side of it. I'm currently doing my Cert 3 and 4 in fitness at AFA.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I'm just kind of starting there and flowing with whatever comes, but very new.
Yeah, I love it. And does anyone have any, I guess, training goals or anything we're working towards at the moment? Becc, do you have a training goal or something that you're working towards at the moment?
Not in particular like a goal.
Yep.
Honestly, my biggest goal is to find a bit of balance
Yep.
in my training. I think being an instructor and doing the workouts with the clients, it's almost like you've got 4 to 5 hours of workouts locked in for the week, and then how can you fit everything else around it? And I feel very grateful that I have so many hobbies, but I try to run twice a week. I swim once a week. I train at one of my best friends also owns a gym. I train at her gym twice a week. And I find that when I'm fitting everything in, I do get a little bit overwhelmed or burnt out. So my biggest goal is to find balance and to really prioritize, hey, what workouts do you love the most?
Yeah.
What makes you feel the best? For me, that's definitely running. So putting a bit more energy and space into that would be amazing. And then the classes I am teaching, like I just take that time to like, wow, this is so amazing. I get paid to do what I love and I get to move my body. Like it really is, being in the fitness industry, best job in the world. So I think appreciating those moments too, not being like, oh no, how am I going to fit everything else in? Appreciate that. And then everything else that I do, really just be like, hey, what do you really want to do this week?
Yeah.
And that's kind of my goal. So maybe do a little bit less.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's a really important point to make, though, because a lot of my clients as women, and often were mums, always putting themselves at the bottom of the priority list. And sometimes our PT sessions were really just time for them to have a moment for themselves and not be worrying about the kids' lunches, pick up, drop off all the school sports, organise the food shop, making sure there's a meal for the husband, meal for the kids, meal for the partner, meal for just always running around doing things for everyone else. And I think it's really important that we stop and take time for ourselves,
Yes.
in whatever manner that might be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I find that with a lot of my clients, especially Pilates kind of fitting in that wellness space, they will be like, this is the only 45 minutes I have for me today. So then we really do, like, we'll do some breathing, we'll just be in the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not very often. As a woman, we carry the mental load of everything. So to really just let that go and be present.
Yeah.
And if that's a PT session, whatever that workout is for you, that is powerful in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is everyone else's goals? Maybe back to you, Becc.
Oh yeah. I guess at the through my fitness journey, I have had pretty much, or I've tried everything, and that's always been me. Like I love to try something new. Sometimes I'll put myself in situations where I might be quite uncomfortable, but I do want to try something a little bit new, and it's just the way I probably always have been. I spent years doing bodybuilding, moved into, before that was CrossFit, and then now I'm really into my running and high rocks. So I'm enjoying doing that and seeing my progression through that too. So I love seeing myself progress through maybe something new that I try as well. So yeah, that's where my goals are at the moment. Working on my running. That's my number one goal at the moment, which is fun for now.
Yes.
And Steph?
Mine is triathlon season. So there's one more left for the season, for Melbourne's season, which will be the end of March. So it's been a long season, starts in November, and I've done, the actual series has 6 races, and I've done an additional one from Barwon Head. So it's been a big season. So just get to that final one, which is an Olympic distance triathlon.
Yeah.
And finish and then have a little rest for a little bit, I think.
Sounds good. And Chelsea, what have you been doing, or what are your goals at the moment with your training?
I think for me, it's a little bit similar to Becc, just trying to fit in everything. I like to combine fitness and mental health as well. So it's kind of like, finding what makes me feel the best and how I show up the best during the day. It's kind of, I'm kind of working on, I suppose, trying to find, oh God, sorry. I'm just wanting to, I suppose, I want to run, meditate, do saunas, go to new classes, try new things. So it's trying to find what works best for me.
Yeah, that's it. And that's for everyone. Everyone has their own little formula of what works best. And even as Becc said, trying different things.
Yeah.
So not always thinking that this is the way I must do things because it's the way I've always done things. You can choose to try new things and find what works for you. It's really important.
And I think, sorry to jump in on yours, Charles, what I thought was saying in your work experience that a lot of students may feel is doing your hours. Sometimes it's hard to work full time, do your hours, and then fit your own workouts in.
Yeah.
because Chelsea's doing all of it at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. So you don't want to get burnt out, and that's when meditation and things, other modalities of fitness, health and wellness come in to kind of keep you balanced as well. So but it's a challenge.
And what about aspirations or inspirational people?
Ooh.
Well, me and Steph briefly touched on this earlier.
Yeah.
We were just having a chat, and I guess for me, I would definitely say my inspo is my mom. She does amazing, and I guess it's so funny, like looking back now when we talk about it, she's such an OG businesswoman, even though when we were young, growing up, you wouldn't have even noticed, but she just had her own piano and guitar business. And even now that I've kind of stepped into my Pilates business, we have so many chats back and forth about it, and even her like wisdom being like word of mouth for hers being the biggest thing. Or even now we talk a lot about this when we chat on the phone every single day. But when we chat, we always talk about, she was running her own little business as well as raising 3 kids, organizing around pick up, school, drop off, dropping us at gymnastics, and still finding that space to be really successful. And she's been teaching piano and guitar for 30 years and has a wait list, an ever-growing wait list. And you think that to me is success. And she just keeps it so casual, like, oh yeah, you got to come and do piano and guitar. She says, keep your business cards in your wallet. And that is being something, because you just never know when people need it. But no, she's definitely an inspo. I think our family has been through a lot. And then for her just to be so strong, so positive, always consistent, always showing up. And also I feel like she's someone that shows love through action. And I think that in itself is so powerful. She's not just someone that will check in. She will follow through with it. And also taught us all to always, don't be afraid to smile, have a laugh when whatever you're kind of going through. And I think that's maybe our family's coping mecanism is to make things lighthearted. But honestly, that's been such a nice thing. So on your shares. She's gonna love hearing that. What about anyone else?
So I actually feel like I get a lot of inspiration coming into work and seeing you guys.
Oh, yay.
No, it's amazing because everyone has their own businesses and incredible goals, and we get to see like triathlon. And it's just really inspiring, motivational. It keeps me accountable, and we can achieve anything and do anything, and I get to come in and see that at work.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky.
Yep. Yes. Mine's pretty similar. I found that since working here, I've been very motivated and inspired by Steph. I love the way she teaches in the classroom. So she's helped and taught me a lot that way too. So I do idolize and look up to her that way. And then her triathlons. I wish I could swim. That's going to be my next goal. I'm focusing on my running. Once I'm there, I'm swimming. She's given me a cap or 2 caps now. And some goggles. I'm good to go.
Got the bare basics. We're ready.
I've got the basics. I'm going to be there. So just let me get my half marathon in, and then the next step, swim. Yep. So I'll touch base next year and let you know how I'm going.
Update.
But Steph's my inspo definitely.
No, thank you.
Thank you for being there to support me, especially on my teaching journey as well. It's been great to have someone to learn from as well.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I think it's really important to have people that you can look up to and or be open and honest with, and who can support you. I've got my mum, who's also a wonderful, wonderful person, and I think we all, look up to our parents, and we're so lucky to have them, and always being a support there for you whenever the tough get going. You got to call your mum and talk it through. They're always there for you, no matter how old we get.
Mum, why are you not answering? I need to.
Call me back now.
No matter how old you are, I'd still always call mum. Really strong, supportive and inspirational woman. But also I've got a really close-knit friends there's about 5 of us, and we all support each other through all different things, and we call some of us that live quite close, and we call each other our urban family, because they're the ones you call on when you need help. I've got gastro, drop off some food, especially before we had Uber Eats and all that sort of stuff, and DoorDash. But I think to be able to surround yourself with strong, positive women, and also for those women to be able to show when there might be weaknesses and not feel that you cannot be open and honest and show those weaknesses as well, and to have people who accept that and don't judge that is really important.
Sure. Power and vulnerability.
Yeah.
Such a way that draws you close, even though it's hard to do.
Yes.
But that's really like the people that I find them the closest with are the people you have those moments with, and you go, yeah, this isn't surface level now. Like,
Yeah, this is
we're
real.
deeper than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So International Women's Day. It's time for us all to have a moment of glory, reflect on what we have achieved, what we'd like to achieve, and those people that have been around us to support us and to keep them in our lives. What do we reckon?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yay. Well, happy International Women's Day to everyone out there. Thank you again. We've got our admin team, our student support team, and Tom will be back, but for today we just took over.
He's not
We've
getting
hijacked the podcast.
We've hijacked it, yeah.
We're taking over.
But if you out there listening have any inspirational stories you'd like to share, or any goals you'd like to share, or any questions at all, please always email them. We'll just keep the email the same anyway. It's tom@afa. It's tom@afa.com.au. Yes, got it right. There we go. We got it there. And anything you'd like to talk about, send it to Tom, and we'll make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and thanks, team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.